What is going on, everybody? So, dude, okay, today was a different day for sure. So I had this new method that I've never done before where you do 10 sets of three, with like 52% or something like that. But you only get 15 seconds of rest in between each set. So I was like, okay, that's interesting. So with these, I decided like, okay, I know I only get 15 seconds of rest, but I don't think that means I need to rush the working sets. So I decided to really take my time with the actual pressing part and still rest the 15 seconds, but not try to rush the working sets for the bench. And this actually felt pretty good. It gave me a really good pump. But what it really helped me with was, I would say, like the mind muscle connection between the bench press, because you know you are taking such short breaks. Your body's kind of like okay, cool, I get to take a break, and then before it gets a chance, you're like, bam, you're welcome, bitch. So it's like, but it was really fun. It was really cool. It took me about 4 minutes to do this total. But the last like couple of sets were really tough at the end. But this was also this was actually a really interesting method, in the way to actually kind of break up your bench press sets with the seconds of rest and everything. So I tried to maintain my position with the setup, so I wasn't like resetting my feet or lifting my feet off the ground. I tried to keep my feet in the exact same position throughout the whole 4 minutes. And what I noticed was my glutes were on fire from really trying to keep and maintain that position laying on the bench so long, because I'm actively still applying pressure. I'm trying not to relax too much. And my glutes and my leg drive were really actually more of a main focus for this than the actual bench press itself. So that's what I really noticed with this. Was I was a lot more focused on the leg drive than, bringing the weight down and up again. So it was just interesting, really interesting concept, and I enjoyed it. That was actually probably my favorite part. And for normally, like, I can do 365 for sets of 10 and stuff, but this was actually pretty challenging, so I liked it. I enjoyed it. Following on, we moved on to board press. So I had my wife, so the lady spotting me right now is my wife. I had her hold her yoga block to my chest, and I did the first set that way. And then I was like, well, let me just kind of let the yoga block just sit on my chest without her holding it. And it did fine. It felt the exact same or anything, because I was supposed to do board press. I didn't have a board. All we had was the yoga block. So I was like, I guess it's going to be the same shit. That's fine. Whatever. And then followed along with that were dumbbell flies. So I had 4 sets of 11 on dumbbell flies. Those felt fine, but I do have something going on with my shoulder. I think it's like either a labrum pull or maybe even possibly a tear. So it was just a little strenuous on my rotator cuff, but that's completely fine. I normally would prefer to do the chest fly machine. I do have a chest fly machine, but sometimes dumbbells are good for knowing where you're at throughout the motion, and you can't really go too heavy on those, because you can fuck yourself up with, versus like a machine, you can really stack on the whole stack and ego lift the fuck out of it. So with dumbbells, you really can't do that, because they're just a lot harder to control, and it requires a lot more stabilization. but I kept it light due to my shoulder giving me issues. But I normally would do 50s on these. Today I used 30s. And then next after this was banded tricep pushdowns. Now, banded tricep pushdowns are actually an exercise that I use frequently, regularly. And then what I do with them is I take the bottom, as you see right here, and I actually apply resistance to that to where it's not loose. And the reason why I do that is because it adds tension on your brachialis, which is going to help you with elbow tendonitis. So because I have really bad elbow tendonitis pain, so I incorporate this exercise frequently. And then if you add the tension on the bottom of the band instead of just the pulling it down and letting it loose, if you give that tension to the brachialis, then you'll notice that it takes a lot of pain away for your elbow tendonitis while incorporating the exercise. And then the worst thing, pull-ups. I don't know whose idea it was to let a fucking 250-pound bodybuilder try to do actual bodyweight pull-ups with no assistance. Those were terrible. I only were able to do 7 reps, and I couldn't bust out my other reps, or like I just couldn't bust out more reps than 7 because I couldn't like straighten my arms or anything like that. But I tried my best and they were good. I did 3 sets of 3 or 4 sets of 3 before then, and then the last was 7, and then followed by more tricep push downs. And then right here I'm doing a tricep of front raises, side raises, and rear delt flies. Again, on these front raises with my left shoulder, I'm having some issues with just pain from the labrum of the shoulder joint and the rotator cuff. So they were just a little difficult. So I decided to slant my hands 45 degrees to kind of take some pressure off of that. And then side delt or lateral raises, and then just rear delt flies. And that finished up the workout. I did 2 sets of 10 on that each one, and yeah, it was good. It was a fun day. So I'm gonna, just for like the rest of the week, upload all the workouts that I'm doing, and then after that I'll probably just only upload my main lifts plus the main accessory lifts, other than the accessories, but like the secondary compounds I like to call them, and then that should be it. So anyway, thank y'all for watching and have a good day.